This video will have 3 parts. Includes details of the Burning Sun case, the Molka chat case, and the Seungri case. These 3 cases are completely different, but the media published it under a big scandal called Burning Sun. We hope you watch all 3 parts of this video. About the Molka chat case, let's start by defining what Molka means. Molka refers to any kind of recording without the person's consent and can have sexual or non-sexual content. The content of the famous Molka chat that we want to talk about was sexual. However, it is not just the sexual content that makes it Molka but the unauthorized recording. The Molka chat case started when a female reporter from SBS Funny News named Kang claimed in an article published on March 11, 2019, that Seungri, along with 2 other celebrities, shared Molka photos and videos in a group chat. She also claimed that in another 8-member group, of which Seungri was a member, a 20-second Molka video was shared by a non-celebrity named Mr. Kim, and Seungri responded to that content. This is how the title Seungri's Molka group came about. A few hours later, on SBS's 8 o'clock news broadcast, Jong Junyoung was revealed to have shared illegal hidden camera footage in a chat room with celebrity friends. During the broadcast, it was reported that Jong Junyoung had been one of the celebrities in a chat room involving Seungri, and other male singers referred to as Singer Choi and Singer Lee, and shared illegal hidden camera footage several times. After this, it was announced that Jong Junyoung was one of the main figures in the Molka chat case. In addition, in 2016, Jong Junyoung's ex-girlfriend filed a complaint and accused him of filming their sexual relationship without her consent. However, she suddenly withdrew the case. As the Molka chat revealed, this case was reopened as well. At the same time as these 2 cases, several women accused Jong Junyoung of sexual assault and illegal filming. Jong Junyoung returned to South Korea a few days after these allegations and was arrested. On the same day, he admitted to the existence of Molka chat. The day after his arrest, it was revealed that there were also complaints of illegal filming against him in 2018. However, those cases had been closed as well. SBS Funny mentioned 2 other individuals on the same day that made Jong Junyoung's name public. The first was Choi Jung-hoon from FT Island, whom FNC Entertainment denied any allegations regarding the case, and the second was Young Jun-hyung from Highlight, whose company also denied any involvement in the scandal. On March 12, SBS Funny confirmed that the chats that reporter Kang published from the 3-member group that Seungri was allegedly a part of had been edited. In reality, the conversation did not take place in a 3-person group chat. Rather, it was private messages between Young Jun-hyung of Highlight and Jong Junyoung. This means that Seungri's involvement was fabricated by SBS Funny. The concealment of the singer Lee caused various singers with the last name Lee to be accused of being in Molka chat room. One of them was Lee Hoon-ki, a member of FT Island, who quickly denied the accusations and emphasized that he is innocent. And indeed, he was innocent. During March 2019, several names were accused and then denied. According to the police, Jong Junyoung had 23 different groups in his KakaoTalk, but only one of those groups was the famous Molka chat. Also, Jong Junyoung not only shared photos and videos in the main group but sent them in other groups or private chats as well. Reports also mentioned singer Eddie Kim and Lee Jung-hyun from CN Blue. FNC Entertainment initially denied Lee Jung-hyun's involvement in the case, but a few days later, he admitted to being a member of the Molka group and watching Jong Junyoung's videos and left CN Blue. FNC Entertainment apologized for previously stating that Lee Jung-hyun had no involvement in these chat rooms. Investigations into Eddie Kim also began, and police confirmed that he was not part of the main Molka chat group. Instead, he had shared an illicit photo that he had taken from the internet in another group which had no connection to Molka. Consequently, Eddie Kim was cleared of the accusation of illegal photography or filming. In addition, Roy Kim was also accused of being involved in the Molka chat room. Roy Kim was investigated by the police due to these accusations, as he was a member of a group with Jong Junyoung, where an inappropriate photo was shared. However, in the end, he was cleared of the charges, and it was revealed that the group he was part of with Jong Jun-young and Choi Jung-hoon was a different group from the Molka chat room. One of the members of that group had posted an inappropriate photo in, and Roy Kim had taken a screenshot from a blog to prove that the photo was fake and sent it. However, the media portrayed it in a way that made it seem like he was the one who had sent the photo. As a result, he was also not indicted. And it was confirmed that he was not a member of the Molka chat room. In March 2019, Young Jun-hyung also admitted to watching a video that Jong Jun-young had shared and left highlight. He explained that following the SBS news, the company contacted him to inquire about the truth, and since he did not fully understand the situation, he had just said, "I was not part of that group." So, the company denied the SBS report through a statement. He further explained that one night in late 2015, when they were drunk together, Jong Jun-young informed him that a person whom he had filmed illegally had found out about the matter. Sometime later, Jong Jun-young sent him the video he had taken in a private chat. "I participated in an inappropriate conversation regarding that video. All of these actions were very immoral, and I was foolish. I treated it as not a big deal without thinking that it is a crime and illegal act, and it is also my fault for not firmly restraining Jong Jun-young. I never participated in the illegal acts of taking hidden camera footage or circulating it. However, although I knew of what was happening during that time, I thought of it as not a big deal and acted at ease. I was a silent bystander about this severe issue where several more victims may have arisen due to my actions." The previously mentioned conversation, which SBS released from the chat between Young Jun-hyung and Jong Jun-young, was related to the same incident that Young Jun-hyung explained. In March 2019, Choi announced his departure from FT Island. In April of the same year, Choi Jung-hoon also admitted to spreading hidden camera photos taken without consent and filming illegal hidden camera footage. According to the police, Jong Jun-young, the main culprit and founder of Molka Chat, had at least 12 victims and sent the photos and videos to at least 14 people. Reports and filming dates indicate that he occasionally had 3 filmings in one day. These videos included unauthorized touching of women's private areas, filming without consent during sexual encounters, etc., taking place in various locations such as his home, hotels, abroad, and different bars. The question that arises here is what was Seungri's role in the Molka chat, which was referred to as Seungri's chat room. Among those 23 Jong Jun-young groups, Seungri was only part of one of them, which was related to their business and had no connection to the Molka chat. Even Dispatch emphasized in a report that Seungri was a member of a business-related group chat. Later, police confirmed this report, stating that the group had 8 members and was only focused on business purposes and had nothing to do with the Molka group. Seungri was never, not even once, summoned as a witness for the trials of any of the 5 criminals in the Molka chat case. Seungri's name, exactly as it happened in the Burning Sun case, was dragged in the Molka chat case for 2 reasons. First, because of his last name resemblance with singer Lee, who turned out to be Lee Jung-hyun from CN Blue, and second, because of the media and public behavior. One of the news agencies that caused the misunderstanding, implying that singer Lee, who SBS had previously announced was present in the Molka chat group, is Seungri, was the South China Morning Post. In an article about this incident, they claimed that singer Lee, mentioned in SBS's reconstructed Molka chats, was Seungri, as Seungri's surname is Lee. However, the police had previously confirmed that Seungri was only part of an 8-member business group related to Midland Pucha. Furthermore, in the initial article about the Molka chat, reporter Kang introduced the group as the Seungri Group, leading to Seungri's name being exposed first. Thus, there was no reason to refer to him as singer Lee, even though his name was mistakenly associated with the group. Regarding the 20-second video that Mr. Kim sent in that business group and Seungri's response to it, according to SBS Fun-E, Mr. Kim and Chul sent this video on January 9, 2016. However, Kim and Chul stated in court on November 20, 2019, that he had left the group in December 2015 and never rejoined. Furthermore, in some of the reconstructed Molka chats published by different news outlets, They reused the same messages in different chats or published the same chat with varying dates. Even worse, they attributed the same message to different names. With all these conflicting details, the credibility of these published chats is highly questionable. The discrepancies can be observed in the images provided. In the list of molkas shared by Jong Junyan, it was mentioned that he sent a molka video in the Midland Pucha business group, where Seungri was also a member. This video depicted a sexual relationship between Jong Junyan and a woman filmed without her permission. It had been previously noted that he shared these molka contents not only in the main molka chat group but also in other groups or private chats. Seungri mentioned in an interview on March 23, 2019, that he had addressed these issues with Jong Junyan. The contents of that Kakao Talk chat room isn't everything about my life. Why didn't I stop him? When I met him in person, I tried to stop him by saying don't do stuff like that, you will get in big trouble. Not only to Jong Junyan but to everyone. It's just not written in the Kakao Talk chat rooms. Even in this case, the investigative authorities and the public focused only on contents of the Kakao Talk chat rooms and made their conclusion. What if I had a phone call with the people in the chat room? And it's also unknown what I told them in person, right? The talks about Monkey Museum are also conversations that happened 3 months before we opened. Before opening, I was aware that I said we can't do such illegal things. The situation is just not in the content of the Kakao Talk chat room. Reporter Kang received an award for publishing this news. She was also one of the main factors that caused the Burning Sun and Molka chat cases being referred as one single case. In all her words, she never shied away from confusing the audience by mixing up these two cases and portraying them as a huge scandal. Although these two cases had no connection to each other. But since, according to the media, Seungri's footprints were in both cases, it was definitely considered as one case, and no one paid attention to the fact that the group chat was created in 2015 while Burning Sun Club started its activities in 2018. The interesting question raised here is where reporter Kang obtained Jong Junyan's KakaoTalk messages. As mentioned previously, in 2016, Jong's ex-girlfriend filed a complaint and accused him of filming their sexual relationship without her consent. As a result, the police requested Jong to hand over his mobile phone for investigation. However, Jong did not hand over his phone and claimed that it was broken and had been sent to a digital forensics company for data recovery. Consequently, it was announced that the case did not have sufficient evidence, and his ex-girlfriend withdrew her complaint. In 2019, after the Molka chat case was exposed, the 2016 case was reopened as well, and the police revealed that they had forwarded a lieutenant to the prosecution with a recommendation for indictment on suspicions of abandonment of duties as well as preparing and uttering false documents. According to reports, the lieutenant had suggested to Jong's lawyer to give his phone to a digital forensics company and asked them to write a confirmation letter stating that the data cannot be recovered, but the company rejected this request and stated that the cell phone would be ready to take in hours. The lieutenant told his superiors that the mobile would take 2 to 3 months to recover. However, the police stated that they did not discover him taking bribes or colluding with Jong Junyan, but he just wanted to quickly wrap up the case. In 2019, Jong's ex-girlfriend said that she withdrew the case because the police said that there was not enough evidence and warned her of the possibility of being accused of causing personal suffering to Jong Junyan. After reporter Kang exposed the Molka chat case, it was said that these chats were obtained through a lawyer named Bang. Lawyer Bang explained that the main whistleblower did not want their identity revealed and had given him 2 copies of the original chats. He opened one of them and sent the other one sealed to the Anti-Corruption and Civil Rights Commission. Lawyer Bang also said that he had never handed over the original files to reporter Kang, and Kang wrote her article after viewing Bang's copy but never had the chats herself. Also, since they had seen some mention of a police chief in the chats, they did not send the chats to the police but instead gave them to the Anti-Corruption and Civil Rights Commission. Subsequently, the police sought to find out where the main source of these chats was. They traced it back to the digital forensics company that had recovered Jong Junyan's phone data in 2016. The company's CEO kept the data for 3 years and then sent it to Lawyer Bang. In 2023, It was reported that the KakaoTalk whistleblower, the CEO of the digital forensics company, having been paid 50 million won as reward for his 2019 disclosure of the chat records by the Anti-Corruption and Civil Rights Commission. It was also reported that reporter Kong later received the Molka pictures and videos on KakaoTalk from the digital forensic company and spread them around. She also shared the victim's real name and their contact information with other media companies. One of the victim's sisters stated that this incident caused her sister to quit her job and seek treatment at a hospital. Subsequently, these photos, videos, and the victim's information were shared in a 200-member group chat of reporters, who simply laughed at the victims. You can read their conversations in the provided photos. After leaking some chats from this group, 12 reporters were forwarded to the prosecution with an indictment opinion, and 3 of them were convicted. Due to all of these incidents, and also the fact that the whistleblower passed the KakaoTalk chats to the media before disclosing them to the Anti-Corruption and Civil Rights Commission, many criticized the payment of 50 million won reward to this company. But what about the police chief who was mentioned in KakaoTalk chats? After a long investigation and accusations against many police officers, the mysterious police official was identified as Senior Superintendent Yoon. According to the police's own investigation, Senior Superintendent Yoon received a total of 2.7 million won worth of hospitality, including golf outings, meals, and concert tickets from Yoo In-suk, a business partner of Seungri. Since this amount of money is not sufficient to be considered a bribe or collusion, the police closed the investigation. At the end, Senior Superintendent Yoon was convicted on charges of stock trading with undisclosed information and destruction of evidence, and fined 20 million won. In an interview in March 2019, Seungri addressed his relationship with Senior Superintendent Yoon, stating that he was introduced to him by his business partner Yoo In-suk and was unaware that Yoon was a police officer because at that time, Yoo In-suk simply mentioned that he worked at the Blue House. They met only 4 times and mostly discussed historical matters, not business. Let's go back to the Molka story. In general, Molka is one of the main issues facing Korean women, and hidden cameras may have been installed anywhere to secretly take photos or record videos of women in places like public restrooms, hotel rooms, or even during intimate moments with their partners. Due to this reason, in May 2018, before the Molka Chat and Burning Sun case started, one of the largest protests by women against Molka was held in South Korea with more than 20,000 participants. The women present in this protest all covered their faces with hats, masks, or sunglasses because of the fear of being recognized by their male acquaintances or that they would later become the target of abuse and harassment. In South Korea, Molka is so widespread that even cell phones produced for Korea do not mute the sound of the camera click. The reason is that if someone were to take a picture of women in public in the form of Molka, they would be aware of it. Therefore, there are many victims of Molka in South Korea. In 2021, while the media and the public were preoccupied with various accusations against Seungri, Jong Jun-young's ex-girlfriend, who was also a victim, submitted a petition to the Blue House, requesting institutional changes for the protection of victims of sexual crimes. Initially, she demanded the deactivation of comments under news related to sexual crimes. She explained that when articles about her victimization were published, more than 3,000 comments blamed the victim instead of the criminal. Secondly, she called for the legislation of the Second Punishment of Sexual Crimes Act. In 2016 and 2019, illegal filming of victims ranked as the #1 real-time search term. Various forms of secondary victimization in sexual crimes are still prevalent. She stated that a legal framework must be established to protect victims who are already helpless due to the damage caused by the criminal and vulnerable to secondary victimization. Thirdly, she urged for legislation related to the protection of personal information for victims involved in civil litigation processes. A petition needs to receive at least 200,000 signatures to be reviewed by the Blue House. However, due to the focus of people and the media on controversies surrounding cases like baseless accusations against Seungri and Burning Sun, the request made by victims of the main criminals did not receive the required number of signatures. At last, let's take a look at the final list of Molka Chat criminals. Lee Jung-hyun, ex-member of CN Blue. He was present in the group but had not shared any illegal images or videos, only responding to the ones others had sent. At that time, being a spectator in Korea was not considered a crime and therefore he did not receive any punishment. This law changed in May 2020, and now being a spectator is also considered a crime. Jong Junyoung. Found guilty of illegal filming and aggravated quasi-rape. Sentencing summary: 5-year prison term. Order of completion of an 80-hour sexual violence rehabilitation program. A 5-year employment restriction order in organizations related to children and teenagers, and welfare facilities for the disabled. Choi Jung-hoon, ex-member of FT Island. Found guilty of aggravated quasi-rape. Sentencing summary: 2 years and half prison term. Order of completion of an 80-hour sexual violence rehabilitation program. A 5-year employment restriction order in organizations related to children and teenagers, and welfare facilities for the disabled. Other non-famous individuals who have been identified as criminals and whose crimes and sentences you can read in the image.